All right. Well, good afternoon, District 7770, and welcome to Conversations with Rotary Action People for September 30th. Tomorrow is October. Can you believe it? My name is Donald Hovis from the Chicora Rotary Club, and I'm your CWRAP host. And Chicora Rotary is located in Myrtle Beach, for those that don't know. We are pleased to be joined by the Director of Operations for the Warrior Surf Program. She's coming to us this morning from near Folly Beach, down near Charleston. Let's give a warm welcome to Stephanie Dasher. Glad to have you here. Let's introduce your CWRAP team. Our Public Image Chair for our Rotary District from the 5 Points Rotary Club in Columbia, Miss Mary Gask. Good afternoon, Mary. And also our District Communications Officer from the Somerville Evening Rotary Club in Somerville, South Carolina, Mr. Terry Moore. Good afternoon, Terry. Those of you on the call, thank you for being here. I will encourage you to notice there are several people with the same virtual background. That is our In Polio Now Purple Pinky Polio Power virtual background. As you know, October is Polio Awareness Month, and also our World Polio Day coming up on October 24th. So if you participate in a Rotary call over Zoom in the month of October, we encourage you to use this virtual background, which I'm uploading in the chat box right now. All right, so we want you guys to introduce yourself via the chat box as well. We want to see your name, your Rotary Club, and we want you to answer this question of the day. Today, September 30th, is National What Day? Now, I'll give you a hint. Many of us probably do this on a daily basis to make ourselves feel better. So today is National What Day? Please post that in the chat box. If no one gets it, I will tell you the answer after the program, and I'll be honest with you, it is something you should not need to Google. So, well, Stephanie, how about come off of mute now?
Hi, thank you guys for having me. I really appreciate this opportunity to be able to talk about the Warrior Surf Foundation and what we do.
Well, excellent. Why don't you start off and tell us, what Warrior Surf does to help veterans and what does the program entail?
Right, so we're a 501c3 nonprofit, and we serve veterans through adaptive surf therapy, which kind of sounds like, whoa, you're just taking veterans in the water, you're teaching them how to surf. How's that helping anybody? And the answer to that is we couple the experiential activity of surfing with wellness coaching, and that's based on a model called evolutionary psychology, which is another fancy term that means no matter where you come from, what your background is, what your upbringing or your social status is, everyone has areas of importance in their life. And when you act on those areas, you feel more fulfilled. When you feel more fulfilled, you're better able to deal with what life throws at you. And so our veterans participate in a free 12-week program. It involves surfing up to 3 times per week, yoga, group yoga on Saturdays, and we're adding more one-on-one yoga sessions, as well as the wellness coaching that I just talked about, which focuses on the mindfulness, positive psychology, and resiliency. And they do that each week also for the 12 weeks. And the full purpose of this is that our veterans are able to be what everyone deserves to be, and that's positive, active contributors to our socioeconomic system. I don't know how many of you are veterans or know a veteran. I'm sure there's a good majority of you can raise your hand for at least one of those. And I was personally in the Navy. I know when I enlisted, I felt like I was on top of the world, that I could take anything on. And that's where we want to get our veterans back to, that we want to get them back to that place of feeling like they can take on the world.
So I know you're coming to us from around Folly Beach. Is your program just based in the Charleston area?
So while our program is primarily based here in the Charleston area, we bring veterans in from all over. So I have veterans that are coming from Greenville. I presently, actually, one of them messaged us last night and was like, where can I stay in my camper tomorrow? Because we were starting a start date tomorrow for a new group of veterans. I have a veteran that's staying with us from West Virginia. And then twice a year, we do travel camps. And so we'll bring veterans in from different areas of the country. And October 18th to 24th, we're actually bringing in a group of 12 veterans from Maryland to participate in a week-long intensive.
That's awesome. So over the years of the program, how many volunteers have you served?
So we've served, we just reached our 500th veteran.
That's excellent. So tell us some of the outcomes.
Right. So like I was saying earlier, one of the things that we look for is for veterans to become positive, active contributors to our socioeconomic system. And so the outcomes that we're looking for and we're seeing are veterans getting better jobs, veterans going back to school and finishing degrees, and veterans having enhanced communication with their family members or their friends. A lot of veterans tend to self-isolate. They struggle with that, and they struggle with community connectedness. And one of the things that our program does is focus on that and emotional regulation so that we can enhance the relationships in a veteran's lives. When veterans are done with our 12-week program, we don't kick them to the curb. We're not like, okay, great, you graduated, see you later. We do every Saturday, almost every Saturday of the year, there's a few Saturdays we take off, where we do community surf. And any veteran that's ever participated in our program, volunteers and other community members can come out and they can all surf together. And that helps to build a sustainable community of veterans that are interacting with one another long term.
Well, thank you for your service.
Thanks.
So where do you see, I guess, the Warrior Surf Foundation in 5 years from now?
So we actually were really excited to just this past February, finish a 3 to 5 year strategic planning with the ex-CEO of Samsonite, and he now runs a business where he helps corporations develop strategic plans. And so what we would like to do is expand our programming. That's going to include being able to serve more veterans here in this area. We currently have a wait list almost always of between 19 and 25 veterans because we don't have the manpower to get them into the water, into our program. And then additionally, there are a couple of pockets of areas up and down the East Coast that are very full of veterans. North Carolina, Camp Lejeune, Connecticut has a pretty large veteran population. And so we'd like to be able in the next 3 to 5 years create another pocket program in one of those areas that mirrors the one we have here.
And then those folks that are on this call that we explained earlier, may want to help. So how can people help?
Yeah, so there's a couple of different ways that we can use help. One is volunteers. Some of our volunteer opportunities, as you can imagine, are a little bit limited right now because we're not having events. We're hoping in the spring of next year that we're going to be able to do more events, particularly a golf tournament that we hope to do May at Westcott. And then we'll do a big event. We're hoping we'll be able to fulfill this, which is 500 people in the Yorktown to do yoga in the Yorktown. And that'll all depend on what, the state and local governments are telling us we can do. But those are areas that we can use volunteers. And another thing that we're beginning to pilot right now is a community ambassador program. So we have folks that want to get involved. They care about our mission, but they can't necessarily show up to the beach every Saturday, or that's not something that they feel drawn to do. And so this community ambassador program will link a non-veteran community member with a veteran from our program so that they can learn about what we're doing, and then they can actually go out into the community and help spread awareness that way. They can start fund drives and fundraisers, or just handing out our our material and our collateral so that they can help spread awareness about what we're doing.
And I want to give you a chance. I know you said you may have some really cool pictures to show. I don't know if you're able to share your screen and share those now, but we'll give you a chance to pull those up.
Sure. I'd like to make it a little bit bigger first. I always have double screens on my computer.
Take your time.
Okay, so I'm assuming you guys can see this.
Yes.
This is a lot, when I have spoken at Rotary before, this is one of the PowerPoints that I kind of update, but specifically, I love this quote. If you've ever read anything by Jules Verne, you'll know. And this is one of our veterans who came through our program, and he actually is our lead surf instructor now. And he has helped do over 1,100 hours of surf instruction with our veterans since 2015. And I think he really embodies this quote, which is, "The sea is everything. It covers 7/10 of the terrestrial globe. Its breath is pure and life-giving. It is an immense desert place where man is never lonely, for he senses the weaving of creation on every hand. It is the physical embodiment of a supernatural existence, for the sea itself is nothing but love and emotion." I love that, because when our veterans get in the water, everything melts away. Those senses of what's going to happen tomorrow, those stresses, those anxieties, they can't help but to be present in the moment. And they take those experiences in the water and they learn how to apply them to their everyday life. And it's a very cool thing to see. And let me pull up this picture right here, which is really cool. This is a group that we graduated earlier in the spring. And it's so cool. This is actually right before COVID. It's so cool to see these guys come together and they graduate, and all of these people are still in community. They're still participating. They still come out every Saturday. And it's cool to just see that community continues to build itself. And let's see, there was one more I wanted to show you guys. And these are, again, two veterans that are from wildly different age groups. We have a 25-year-old here on the right and a 60-year-old here on the left. Both of them have come through our program. Both of them have learned to surf, and both of them have had really life-changing experiences. The younger veteran on the right was in food and beverage, and he was really struggling with all the things that go along with food and bev. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the atmosphere of food and bev, but it's not always the healthiest place to be. And he has now gone to 4 different schools for coding, and he has a really awesome internship with a local coding company and just totally changed his life and been able to turn it around. And this veteran here on the left, he came through our program. He's really struggling with some family issues. He's retired, beginning to retire from the DEA after he had done several years of military service, and actually experienced a full body burn. He has massive grafting over like 3/4 of his body. And so he gained mobility back by surfing, being able to move his body more, and also has become a wellness coach. So he participates, he's gone through our wellness coach training. He participates in that capacity with our new veterans that go through the program. So it's kind of this circle of life where, you know, they get something and then they keep on giving back. And then just a side note, just to put this together, we did 653 surf wellness and yoga sessions since April, which is a lot. So yeah, those are just a few pictures that I thought would be great to share.
Well, excellent. We appreciate you do sharing. One thing I kind of have a question about is like, do you have items for people that can market your company, maybe market the foundation? Like I see these guys have shirts on. Do you do shirts and hats and things for people?
Yes, on our website, we have a link where you can purchase merchandise. So you can go right on there and get the size that you need, and it gets drop shipped right to your door. It's very convenient.
Awesome. Very cool. Well, thanks for coming on and sharing with us today.
Yes,
I
thank
think
you.
I think there was maybe a question. If you have a question for Stephanie, how about posting in the chat box? I know there was one posted wanting to know, where is your favorite place to surf?
Oh, I don't know if I should tell you guys. I'm just kidding. My favorite place to surf so far, not in the United States, would be Guatemala. It's also the only place I've ever surfed outside of the United States. What's really cool about that is that we actually take a group of veterans down to Guatemala every year, and we do a week-long intensive retreat. There's really no cell phones, no internet service. They get up, they eat breakfast every morning together, they surf together, they do yoga together, wellness coaching, and a community service project with a local nonprofit. And so for some of these folks, it's the first time they've been out of the country since they got out of the military. And they also probably the first time they've been able to do some real good in an area like that compared to what they were doing in the military. So it's life-changing. So I'd say outside the United States, that's my favorite place to surf. Inside the United States, at Folly, there's 1640 is the exact number. That's where the waves are the best.
Interesting. Well, thank you again for coming on.
Yes, thank you.
So I asked a question earlier about what is National Day, today's National Day of what? And I said we probably do it, all of us do it on a daily basis to feel better. Now, it's not coffee day. I think that was yesterday. This is today. So let's see. Somebody said brush your teeth day. Not brush your teeth day, but you should brush your teeth every single day. Let's see here. We had someone say National Take a Shower Day. It is not National Take a Shower Day, but yes, you should take a shower every day. So today is actually National Women's, all the women out there, Health and Fitness Day. How ironic we have someone talking about surfing on National Women's Health and Fitness Day. It's also National Chewing Gum Day. It is also National Love People Day. And then it is National Mud Pack Day. And last but not least, it's National Hot Mold Cider Day. So how about that? Also, this day in history, right? You guys might want to know, hey, this day in history, something happened pretty famous. Baseball playoffs started yesterday. If you're a Major League Baseball fan, go Braves. In 1972, the great Roberto Clemente hit his 3,000th and final hit of his career on this date in 1972. So how about that? All right. So announcements at this point. Stephanie, thank you so much for being here. Stick on the line for when we're done here in just a little bit. But coming up on Friday, you're going to hear on CWRAP from Wayne Bomeyer from Disaster USA. Wayne was actually scheduled to speak with us early September, and he had to unfortunately cancel because of Hurricane Laura in the Gulf. So he'll be down there talking about what's going on in Louisiana. Coming up on Monday, we have Vera Zardakova, who is actually going to join us from the U.S. Department of State. She's going to be talking about trading with China. That should be very interesting. And then 1 week from today, we want you to use this background that we're talking about. But next Wednesday, if you can remember, and maybe we can put this also in the email out next week, is we're going to have someone here talking about the Susan G. Komen Foundation. So I think it's Breast Cancer Awareness Month in October. I think we should encourage all of you to wear pink. Have something pink on next Wednesday for CWRAP. How about that? You got a week to prepare. Don't have to go all out, but maybe something pink, more than a pin, so that we can at least see it in your screen. How about that? All right. And then last but not least, if you missed last night's strategic planning session with Stephanie Urchek, it was a great presentation. That was recorded and is going to be sent out by DG Pauline. She said she was going to send that out after the call last night. So if you want to know about that, some more information should be coming. And then coming up on Friday also with our polio backgrounds. Once again, if you want to download that, it's in the chat box. We're going to do a additional CWRAP meeting on Friday at 12:30 on Zoom. The information on how to log in is on the front page of DACDB. It's going to be the Purple Pinky Polio Power discussion. Polio Chair Bernie Rydell will be with me at Chicora Rotary in Myrtle Beach. So that's where the meeting will take place. We'll do it on Zoom, but you'll get to hear from Bernie and talk about all the wonderful things we're going to be doing over the month of October for polio, and also give us a polio update from the district level as well. So that's coming up on Friday at 12:30. Information is on the front page of DACDB. And then Stephanie, come off mute real quick. We talked about this briefly, but it's been asked again. So how can Rotarians help your organization?
Yeah, so like I was saying, there's opportunities to volunteer with us, either at events or waterline safety during our surf sessions, or as a community ambassador, which we're rolling that program out in the next couple of weeks. And then, as always, like any nonprofit, I'm sure everybody knows that businesses and nonprofits are struggling, but any inroads that can help us gain corporate sponsorships, that we can use to leverage and continue our mission are also really beneficial.
Excellent. Thank you for answering that question. All right, so that to conclude today, I will do the four-way test. Of the things we think, say, or do, is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and better friendships? Will it be beneficial to all concerned? Thanks for joining us today. Have a wonderful Wednesday. We'll see you on Friday for the next Conversations with Rotary Action People. Take care. Bye-bye.